Hello everyone, welcome in to today's video where we're going through the best farming pets within Hypixel Skyblock. I'm going to be giving you the best early, mid and late game farming pet for you guys to push towards and work towards, something that's going to just help you guys generally with progression. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and follow me on all my social accounts. The Wall of Legends is now a thing, so if you want to come over and check out how to get on that, then you can just visit my account and it says on the wall here. We've already got quite a few people on here, so thank you everybody for your love and support, and let's just get into the video. Now, a really good early game pet, basically the first pet you should be going for in terms of farming. And I just want to preface this has nothing to do with any farming tools, armor or anything like that. I'm just going off of pets today. If you guys want me to do a progression guide with everything or just with armor involved or whatever it may be, let me know down below specifically what you guys would like to know and I'll make these guides for you. So the first pet I think you should go for is the bee pet. Now, although the bee pet doesn't give you anything crazy, it is one of the first pets you can get straight away from the hub at relatively cheap, and you only need to get it up to its epic rarity to get the boost that you need from it. Now, the bee pet gives you a 30 farming fortune. It also gives foraging and mining, but we're not focusing on that today. But it gives you a 30 farming fortune, which is just going to help at the start of the game to get you farming anything, like when you first get into the garden or just anything in general. It's going to be the best pet for you at the start. That 30 farming fortune really is going to be the thing to push you getting a few extra crops just to help you out in the start of the game. I recommend using it, especially when doing contests and things like that. One pet you will not see on this list is the rabbit pet. Now, I've left it off specifically for a reason, because it does not give farming fortune, it gives farming XP. So in terms of the rabbit pet, I would say get it as quick as possible and obviously use it to get your farming level up. Whilst doing contests, when you need the fortune, switch to these pets so that you can help get the most out of your farming experience. But for early game farming, bee pet is pretty much the pet you're going to be using up until you're able to get your second pet. Now, depending on your luck and things like that, depends on when you get these pets. Some of them you might have to wait for certain areas of the game, so it really does depend. I'm not going to go through in too much detail on how to get all of these pets. I do have a few videos on the channel of how I've got them, whether it's through the Iron Man series that I'm doing in general or whether it's specific videos tailored to those pets and how I get them. Have a look on the channel and see if any of those videos help you out. Now, the second pet you should get, or for mid game, just getting this as quick as possible just because of how good it is the elephant. Now, a legendary elephant gives you 150 farming fortune, which in itself is a crazy amount of fortune. Officially, the most farming fortune you can have is with an elephant pet. So although this is the mid-game tier, it pretty much lasts all the way till late game and you don't need anything else. It's going to be really good for contests. Because you'll have more farming fortune, you'll end up getting more crop farmed with this pet. Now, to get the pet, you need to wait for a Ringo to arrive. You need 512 enchanted dark oak wood and you need 15 million coins, and that is for the legendary one. A Ringo can have any of the rarities, but this is the most you will need for all of these pets in general. And again, if you are not an Iron Man account, you can probably just buy it off the auction house or something like that. But I recommend getting this elephant pet as soon as you can. Keep an eye out for a Ringo when he comes around and get it to legendary as quick as possible, because that is when you will get this 150 extra farming fortune, and it's going to be absolutely amazing. Now, obviously, when it says 150 farming fortune, you're probably going to start on around 1.5, and then as you level up the pet, it will go up and up and up in the stages. So when you hit level 100 on the pet, that's when you'll reap the full rewards and get 150 fortune added on top of that. And again, guys, bearing in mind this is not including anything else on your armor. So right now, my armor, I have a stupid amount of fortune on each piece. These pets affect that in no way. These are just the best pets in general to help give you more yield for when you are farming. If you type farming in NEU and you filter it by pets down here, you can actually see all of the farming pets that are here, and you can kind of look through what pets there are and what they do. Now, we've already covered the rabbit, and this is a really good pet for leveling up your skill and nothing else. It's really good, I would say, up until about level 40-50, just switching it in between. And whenever you're doing a contest or a visitor, that's when you switch out to the elephant or the bee pet, whatever one you have, and you use those to get your crops as fast as possible. You do have a few other pets here. You have the slug, which is the, if I'm correct, is the latest pet which came out with the pests update. For a lot of people, they find slug annoying just because of the amount of pests it does spawn, and the only way you gain fortune from it is if you have sprayinator affecting a plot. Now, the pig actually tramples crops and breaks them, so it's actually no use making it. I do have a pig myself for the sake of having all of the pets and I want to level them up, being an Iron Man account or just a regular account that's going to level up some of my stats anyway. The pig in itself gives no farming fortune and isn't in any way beneficial other than just saying that you have a pig pet. Just because they're farming pets doesn't mean they specifically give you farming fortune. They can help in other ways. I'm just talking about farming fortune today. That's why I'm kind of pushing off the pets to the side that aren't really helping in that scenario. The last honorable mention you have is the chicken pet. As you can see here, it gives you no farming fortune, but it's good if you have like a chicken minion and you want to get the eggs and stuff. It'll make that chicken minion work a little bit faster on your island. And if you have it level 100 killing chickens, you're going to guarantee get an egg drop from that. So early game Iron Man or just early game in general, if you're trying to get those super enchanted eggs for pets, it's pretty good to have a level 100 legendary chicken pet. But realistically, if you have a legendary chicken pet, you probably have the eggs you need anyway. And last but by no means least, and this is actually a fight in the running with the elephant pet, and I'll explain why in a second, is the mushroom cow. Now mine isn't quite level 100 yet. I wanted to get it before 100 before this video, but just ran out of time, so ignore that. Imagine it's level 100, but there's a lot of stats to go over here, so bear with me and hopefully I make as much sense of this for you guys as possible. So as far as I'm aware and as far as I can deduce, the main difference between the mushroom and the elephant pet, because they are both technically end game level pets, they're both really good, especially for farming fortune. The mushroom itself does not give you the same amount of farming fortune as the elephant. For example, if I'm at 1,600 farming fortune, the mushroom may give you around about the same, if not I think just a little bit less, with everything maxed out and all the stats, things like that. But the good thing about the mushroom is, as you can see, it has something called a mushroom eater, which when breaking mature crops, there is a 98% chance that a mushroom will drop. Now that's only 98% because I'm level 98. When I'm level 100, that is 100% chance. So regardless of what crop you are farming and what tool you are using and what armor you are wearing, if you are using the mushroom cow pet, you are going to be collecting mushrooms, either brown or red. It does not matter. It will drop you both. It can drop either or at any time. But for every single crop you break, if you are a level 100 legendary mushroom, you will get one mushroom as well. And each mushroom sells for 10 coins. Now obviously mushroom itself has a farming strength and you get 0.7 farming fortune from 40 strength all the way down to 20, and obviously that changes depending on the level of the cow. So when I'm level 100, that will drop to every 20 strength. I'm getting 0.7 farming fortune. Now the mushroom cow in general starts at 11 farming fortune and goes all the way up to 110, and this mushroom cow relies on strength to give you extra farming fortune beyond that point. That means I could be at 300 strength and get X amount of farm fortune with a level 100 elephant. 2 weeks later, be at 600 strength, and then I'm getting more farming fortune just because my strength has gone up. So it definitely means that you're going to have to work on getting your strength up as well as having the mushroom cow. Now, in saying that, we did some research on stream today and we did some talking, and I think we concluded that even with maxed out strength and everything that you can, using obviously the fermento armor, we don't think that you're going to be able to get enough strength so that you have the same amount of farm and fortune if you were using an elephant pet. Genuinely, it will be close. It will be a couple either side. You're either going to be just over the same amount of farm and fortune if you were using an elephant pet, or just under the same amount of farming fortune. But I'd still go with the cow. Why is this? Now, if you are at that level of game where you're pretty much end game farming and the only thing you're worried about is if you're getting maybe 5 extra farming fortune using the elephant, my bet is that the profit that the mushroom cow gets you is going to outweigh what you're going to be getting drops wise from the elephant. The elephant will give you more drops for that crop. Yes, 100% for sure. We're not talking millions more crops here, by the way. We're talking a couple more drops because you're only going to have a couple more farming fortune. Over time, yes, it's going to build up. But here's the kicker. That mushroom eater ability we talked about earlier, we worked out that if you're breaking 20 blocks per second, which you pretty much are if you have a super farm like this. If you want to check out how I built this, check out the link down below in the description and I'll go over how the farms are made. So now you can't guarantee a 20 block per second on every single crop, but for argument's sake, let's say you're getting 20, maybe even 19 blocks per second on every single crop. You have your mushroom cow pet at level 100, which means you're guaranteeing that you will get a mushroom drop every crop or block, they call it, you break. That means that you're going to be getting 720,000 extra coins per hour just using the mushroom pet. And I can guarantee you that extra farming fortune that you're getting from the elephant is not going to give you 720,000 an hour more. We're talking late game here, guys. But here's the thing. If you're farming something like sugarcane or cactus, which are 3 blocks high and you're hitting the middle one, so you're technically taking out 2 blocks, that's double. So although sugarcane and cactus, you may be getting less yield because of melons is like the OP at the moment, and that's what you're getting the most coins per hour from. Just by farming sugarcane and cactus, you're going to be getting 1.45 million extra coins per hour just by farming them, and that might actually be the difference if you're late game, and that's kind of insane if you ask me. Now obviously melon is just so clear in terms of how many coins you get per hour anyway that you're probably not going to be using that benefit, but it's something good to know if ever a meta changes and the cow stays the same. With a new cactus knife update allowing you to go an extra 100 speed, or maybe even just something new in general, we could possibly see a update to the meta and maybe cactus becomes the #1 thing. Obviously talking hypotheticals here. If that shifts the market, you could be making X amount for the cactus and then plus an extra 1.45 million just because you have that mushroom eater perk on the mushroom cow pet. Now if you're not too bothered about that tiny little thing, you'd rather get the collection, if you're just working on getting all your crops up or you're trying to do all your milestones and things like that, the elephant pet is obviously going to give you the more crops. So I would personally say use that until you're ready to just make coins. Now late game, if you're going for collection, use the elephant pet. If you're going for coins, use that mushroom cow, because even if you're not getting the same farming fortune, as you can see, I'm only 304 strength and my mushroom cow gives me 33 less farming fortune, but I'm already making more coins per hour using the mushroom cow pet than I would be the elephant. It depends on your angle and it depends on what you want to get out of it. Or you could just say screw it and use a pig.